Hello again, this is Magda Shares. I want to talk to you today about some very significant differences between two or more ideas that may influence or have influenced our minds. And please listen to me carefully, bear with me please, because I'm going to tell you two timelines of one murder. It happened in Saratoga Trail at Chris Watts' house. The first timeline is Shannon comes back home at about 1:48 a.m. and here we don't really know what happened because, to my mind, she wasn't attacked straight away because she had different clothes when she came back from the airport and different clothes when she was found in the shallow grave. So it suggests that she had time to change her clothes, maybe take a shower. I don't know. However, the screws, there might be some accomplices, I don't know. I can't say for sure, but I believe there were. This is my opinion. And two girls, Cece and Bella. At a certain time, the tragedy happened. According to Chris, Shannon killed the kids out of rage, and he killed her because he was furious, because he lost it, and killed her in kind of a retaliation action. That was his first confession. Of course, the confession changed, deciding on whom he was talking to. And when AD discovered the shadow of one of the girls coming towards Chris, and the shadow was seen under the truck, and we could see Chris bent down, pick her up and put her in the back seat of his truck. It changed everything because it first of all vindicated Shannon, as she didn't kill the kids. One of them was alive. And it means that Chris drove her, I suppose it was Bella, to the oil field. For 25 minutes she was alive. Now, what happened at the oil field is still the matter of speculations, because he says that in the second confession, he said that he killed both of the girls and put them one by one in the oil tanks, and Shanann in the shallow grave, which doesn't make any sense. However, there were footprints on the oil field leading towards the oil tanks. The police measured the feet of Chris, his hands, his feet, and compared them to the footprints on the ground on the oil field, those leading towards the oil tanks, and they didn't match. They didn't find Chris's footprints on the oil field nearby or leading towards the tanks. Okay, but Chris stated that he killed the girls at the site. Then all of a sudden, his version changed again. In the book written, unfortunate word, by Sharon Cadle, he confesses in one of his letters that he killed the girls twice. First in the house where he wanted to kill them, to strangle them, but it was unsuccessful. And the rest, you know. Apparently, there is another version that he confessed with his inmate, Dylan, and he told him quite a lot, and allegedly, he spoke about accomplices, but we don't know for sure. However, all of these statements, all of these confessions, they vary, but they still are within our logic, our logical thinking. He lies. Every time he speaks, he lies. So we need to look at the truth within the lies. And now let me give you a totally different version, timeline or time frame of what happened at the Watts house that infamous, unfortunate night when Shannon came back. And you tell me, please, if this is plausible, Okay, let's listen first. Shannon comes back home at 1:48 a.m. She is drunk. Chris and Shannon decide to have a sex game. Shannon strangles the kids accidentally during the game. But nevertheless, they still continue their sex game. And Chris chokes Shannon, and unfortunately, although he didn't want it, because it was a part of a game, he chokes her to death, accidentally. So we have kind of a sex game during which 3 members of a family dies accidentally. So, we are not talking about a premeditated murder. No, not at all. We are not talking about murder. We are talking about an unfortunate game sex that went wrong. Accidents. That's what we are talking about. And the most striking and shocking is the thing that Shannon strangled the kids during this game and she continued to have sex. Do you know who came up with such an idea? Kim, our favorite. Kim, whose brain must be as little as pea. Because if I heard such thing from a 5-year-old kid, of course without sex, but something different, about games, and his or her imagining things, I would say, well, different way of imagining. Strange imagination, but well, this is a child. This is a grown-up woman who represents Chris. And she decided that this crap, this piece of rubbish, happened in the Watts house. Moreover, Nico is not Chris's child. And what is more, quite recently, Chris decided to make a statement while talking to Kim on the phone. And what did he say? To all the people who wanted to help him, including AD, who was his advocate, who wanted to meticulously examine every detail of evidence to prove that he was not alone, that he is not the only one to blame, which would, to some extent, to a small extent, but to some extent, mitigate his guilt. Well, he pushed all those people aside. He blocked them. And what he said? He said, I want AD to keep away from my family. I don't think that AD really wants to be around your family, Chris. All he wanted is to help you. You don't want it? Your choice. Who cares for you? There are people who cared for you, even I. When I watched AD and he was discussing all the possibilities of how to follow the 35C rule in order to help you to get lawyers for you. He kept in touch with the family. And now he's all of a sudden he's the bad guy. Okay, well, it's your life, it's your choice. Do whatever. As for me, you can write your books of prayers till your last day you breathe. But this woman, Kim, who can come up with such an totally absurd ideas? And she's going to represent him in court with his appeal? Now, because it's so stupid, it started to make me wonder whether she's really with Chris or against Chris. Because this stuff is not going to do any good to him. It's going to harm him. First of all, it's unbelievable. Second of all, there is no proof for anything she's saying. She is digging him a deep grave. Now, is she working for somebody? Is she cooperating with somebody? Because Chris wanted to, or was just about to decide to tell the truth, and all of a sudden it changed under the influence of this woman? He said in his message to the people, don't listen to AD, don't listen to any other YouTuber, listen to Kim. Okay, so yeah, I have it written. I listened, I have it written. And Forrest Gump was more clever than Kim. I can listen. For entertainment only. But this woman is going to do you harm. She's doing a lot of fuss around herself on the internet. She's trying to focus the attention on herself. she's not solving anything. She's not helping with gathering evidence to push the case, to really make it possible, make the appeal possible. She's doing everything to make a fool out of Chris. I don't know, maybe she and NK has something to do with each other? Big mistake, Chris. Huge. Huge. So tell me, I told you I told you 3 or 4 confessions that were logical. Of course, he lied in everyone and to everyone, but it was logical. And now today I gave you the confession that he gave to Kim. It's beyond lies. It's beyond human intellect. We'll see. We'll see. But I know one thing. There is no communication with Chris. He's changing his mind every now and then. Being under the influence of a woman that is stronger than himself, he changes his mind. And there is no way that we are going to hear the truth coming out of his mouth. I don't know what we are going to hear next, but this is getting ridiculous. Okay, thank you very much for listening to me. Please give me your thumbs up if you like it. Write me your comments what you think about it. And stay safe and healthy. See you soon. Bye.